What makes you most excited for Detroit sports in the future? Number one, hold on, I'm gonna give you a list.
I didn't know there's a follow-up.
It's a list. Number one draft pick with the Pistons, NBA All Rookie honorees, 50 days of winning baseball, young pitching, smart and new Lions leadership, 2 extra first-round picks, or the Eiserman's blank slate.
Can I give a different answer? Because I actually think it's none of the above.
Okay.
It's management in 3 of the organizations currently that excite me. And the pitching farm in Detroit, I'm happy about. Torkelson, I'm happy about. But none of that matters to me. I know that I can trust Eiserman. I can trust Weaver. He's proven it. And Brad Holmes so far has made nothing but really good decisions. We'll see if he nailed his head coach or not.
Now, I want you all to yell at him like you yelled at me the other day, you little bastards. Go on. Everybody shit on Adam. Call Adam a pessimist and all that stuff. Because you stupid mother beeps hear what you want to hear. I love what Troy Weaver's doing. I love what Brad Holmes is doing. I love what Steve Eiserman is doing. Pardon me if I don't get hard over a player we don't even know who it is. The hell's wrong with every one of you?
Adam, comment?
And then when you get called out, you know what happens? We don't need a superstar. I'd be okay if we just get a good player. You're all nuts in your head. Are you happy with who your boss is? Are you happy with the direction that it's going? Don't worry about it. Let's celebrate those little victories when we see those players take off. Gosh, you're smart, Adam.
Dude just put this escalated quickly.
You are such a smart, on it. Chatter, we need more Adam. We need the Adam show. Just give Adam a show, and we're going to call it the blunt, hard truth with Adam.
That's what I love about
Gosh
Adam.
damn.
It's no bullshit. Like, Kennedy put that whole list together, and it was great, don't get me wrong. But he bends it a little bit and says, you know what, I like the management. And that, to me, that's a brilliant answer. What team out of the 3 that you mentioned, Adam, are you most confident in?
Most confident? God, that's tough. It's not the Lions. Lions are third. Lions are third. It's got to be, I think the Pistons, just because they just got the number 1 overall pick, that seriously helps their chances of improving legitimately.
No. We talk about. Are you talking about management?
No. I'm asking. I'm answering Art's question.
No, I think you talk about management.
Which team I'm most. Art, can you repeat your question? Maybe I misunderstood.
I mean, obviously we know that the Tigers and Alavila
Art,
is amazing.
No, Art,
I just wanted to get Sean's.
Art, just answer the question.
I know, but I wanted to get Sean's reaction.
Art, are you talking about excited about management
finish.
or team? Are you talking about management or team?
I'm talking about, Adam mentioned management. That's it.
Yeah, management, so not team, just management.
Yeah. But Art followed up with teams.
Right.
That's why.
Which team has the best management? Like, as far as making changes?
I'm about to say. Exactly.
Can I answer first? May I
Sean.
answer first? I still say Steve Eiserman, and here's why. He's done it. He did it. Look at the Tampa Lightning.
He delivered a cup.
That's his team.
That's true.
They've been the shit.
I will argue that
for a few years now. You're gonna lose, but I can't wait for you to argue.
Okay.
Steve Eiserman.
Hold on.
Steve Eiserman was the boss.
Okay.
He wasn't second in command. He wasn't assistant general manager. He wasn't third in command. That was Steve Eiserman's team.
That's
period.
True.
End of story.
That's true.
And that's why I still say because of that.
And
now
what else did he do that?
He was everything. It was Steve Eiserman.
Right.
That was his show.
All right. So my argument would be, since we're talking about management.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about management, I would say the Lions for the simple fact because we have somebody in there right now that's a part of that management team, and John Dorsey, who helped put together the Kansas City Chiefs, that helped put together the Cleveland Browns, and that team that he helped put together also won a Super Bowl. And so
I want to bounce off of what Joique said just for a little bit because it's super important. John Dorsey was never the guy, the GM who built it, but he was more in the advisor role and would really give a lot of knowledge, similar to what Jerry West did in the NBA. He was never the GM who was one of the most successful GMs, but he was such an important part of multiple championships, including the Golden State dynasty. So I will give you that, but
I'm
from
not
a
saying
GM standpoint.
But I'm not saying GM. I just said part of the management.
So we're
team.
going overall management?
Yeah. We're going that's what we said. Are we doing overall?
I would agree with Sean. I would go with Eiserman because I have a proven product. Granted, you have it with Dorsey, but I still have a lot of what-ifs with Detroit, just in general. One, the 6 years of losing.
But
Two,
we're not
that's
talking about that. We just talk about management.
Well, yes, but management has to overcome all of that, right? The Detroit Red Wings have a history of winning. The Lions do not. The Lions have a head coach who was an interim head coach and does not have any prior coaching experience outside of that. And honestly, we're in a rebuild, and it's much easier to rebuild in hockey and even in basketball than it is in football. You need a 55-man roster that is clicking on all cylinders, and you have a scheme. In the NHL, you're the number 1 overall pick away from having a Connor McDavid, and it changes your fortunes overnight. And the same in the NBA most times. But I'll agree with Yzerman. He took the Tampa Bay Lightning. I believe he got Kucherov in the 3rd or the 4th round.
Second, 58th overall.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, he has an eye for talent. I'm going to trust Yzerman over the other two for sure.
And that's not like...
And that's
No,
That's not disrespecting the other guys. Yeah,
it's subjective.
It's not.
It's subjective.
It's just he was the man. He cut his teeth here, and then this wasn't very difficult, but he put together the gold medal teams for Team Canada, and like what you see out of Tampa, they've been in the mix literally for 7 straight years now, and that was Steve Yzerman that did that. That doesn't mean that I don't like Troy Weaver or Brad Holmes any less, but the one thing that he can say is, I was the man. I did this. This is my work. Where those guys are saying, well, I was an underling. And that's not disrespectful. I wasn't the man. Now that they're the man, they have to show that they can do what the man
Troy
did.
Weaver already has shown he can be the man.
Yep.
Brad Holmes, one-off season, it's kind of hard in the NFL because it's such a complicated game. It's not just a team of 5 or 5 on the ice, 5 on the court. It's so different, but he's made very good decisions. Getting 2 picks and a starting quarterback for an aging quarterback going with a super expensive contract, I mean, that is finesse work.
Love the move.
To overhaul the team in the offseason, granted, the wide receiving core isn't the greatest, but it's fine. The expectations are, let's win 4, 5, 6 games. Next year, the year following, you draft well, good free agency. Now you're at 7, 8, or 9 wins. Then the following season, you're competing in the division. That's progress. I can see that happening, but Yzerman's proven it, and I can't not discredit that.
We'll come back. We'll get your thoughts also, as to use the quote of the young hip person, people are acting out, yo. We'll come back and get into that as well. Glad you could join us. It's a Friday here on Woodward Sport. This makes me sad. When you tell me that my friend Mikey TikTok went after me, that makes me sad.
But
Somebody punch Mikey TikTok in the face.
I gotta say, like, this is. I have a feeling this is going to either make you very violent, or you're just gonna say, okay, that's all right. So here we go. I'm just gonna put the comment up.
Read it out loud.
I will read it out loud. Sean, how dare you celebrate the Habs making the Stanley Cup? There is no guarantee they will win. Stop cheering. You haven't won in 28 years. Shawnee B, comment?
Made you laugh. Okay.
Okay, we're good.
That was good. I mean, it's what you expect from Mike. He's not real bright, but it was good. So let me get this straight.
Uh-oh. Ring the bell.
Something that actually happened. A team won a game and advanced to the Stanley Cup Finals is akin to walking around like a penguin with your pants around your ankles over a guy you don't know his identity. Okay, cool. Do what you need to do. Who am I to rain on your shit show? Let it shit, let it shit, let it shit. Okay.
Joique, you gonna stand up for your man? That's your man sitting right there, defending himself against one of the
Speaking of let us know. Today is happy half Christmas Day, everybody.
Oh my God! What the?
Happy half Christmas Day, everyone. What the hell are we doing here? Happy half Christmas Day. Come on.
What are we doing here?
You are such a beauty.
Happy half Christmas.
It's
half Christmas.
You never ever
Fish,
changed.
you are beautiful. You are.
I was
you
supposed
are
to put that as part of my
absolutely.
facts this morning, and I did not. So now I put it on this show, and I'll put it on the hook as well.
How's it have Christmas?
You know
because there's
it's
6 months
to
till
Christmas.
6 months exactly? No, because
June
that-
25. Christmas is December 25.
So it would be like it would
6
be June
months.
12th. It should be like June 12th and a half.
Try and fight things like this.
Because I don't have to fight.
You always.
Am I
fight
right
Fish.
or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
Oh, you're wrong.
Well, I be right or wrong? I mean, but Sean was calculating and say, like, okay, you're kind of right.
Day-wise, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, day-wise. It'll be 6.5
Yeah.
months.
Okay, day-wise, we're talking about June 25.
But it's not.
6,
You said you didn't say
25.
that. You just said half.
That's all right. We
So
got to
it's
deny
not
your
half.
Christmas, Fish.
Okay, so you're half
got a Christmas
birthday.
denier. Conspiracy theory.
I can't deal with
Christmas
these
never
Santa
happened.
deniers. I can't. That's like
Sorry.
the one thing in life I have an issue with.
You don't
These
believe in Santa?
No, I have a problem with the Santa deniers.
Yep, me too.
That bothers me immensely. These people that go around trying to tell other people.
You got to be careful.
All right.
I've lost a job for saying that.
No. You lost your
All right.
job for
Do you
drawing
understand what
something.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
I don't like Santa deniers.
I know, but you can't.
You can't.
You
What?
don't want to. You don't want to crush kids' dreams. Like if even saying or thinking that it could be a.
He's defending the kids. What the
I'm
hell are you
defending the
listening to?
kids.
No, I'm just fearful of you because I've been fired for that. Like,
Art, you've
just-
been fired for many things.
Yeah.
Do you really think it was for that, Art?
No, he got fired for
No,
being
it was
art.
a combination of things. That was the icing on the cake.
Oh, put it back. Put it back on Adam.
Joique knows what he's talking about.
No, I mean, all
Art
jokes
got
aside,
fired
and
for being art.
Mike, I know you get it. Yeah, I hope you know I'm having fun with you. Yeah, it's a lot easier to get excited over like that which happened as opposed to that which we think will happen. It's just one man's opinion. That's kind of what I said the other day. Look, I'll say it again. I think Cade Cunningham will be the pick.
Sean, shouldn't Jacksonville fans be up and down in the streets parading that they landed the #1 overall pick in the draft that has Trevor Lawrence? Theoretically, correct?
Yeah,
They should.
yeah.
It's a little bit different in basketball because you don't know if this guy is going to be a superstar or just an all-star, or maybe he falls out of the league in 4 years.
You are so smart.
So celebrating the #1 overall pick, yeah, that's great and all, but there's so many factors to it.
You are so
And
smart.
comparing it to winning the conference finals and booking a ticket to the Stanley Cup final, come on, Mikey.
You know, it's funny, Adam, because, you know, and I'll use Kennedy because Kennedy brought it up, and I said, I wasn't being condescending. I said, Kenny, I know you weren't old enough, but Darko Milicic absolutely screwed this franchise. I mean, period. End of story.
What year was
And
that?
so many people said,
What
you
year
know,
was that?
2013 was when he was, or 2003 was when he was drafted. And I mean, it screwed this franchise. You have to make those picks count. And so what usually happens when people know that they're losing an argument is they either A, make up something you didn't say, or B, they start to change what they said. And so I ran into that with a lot of people the other day. And Adam, what you said was one of the things that I ran into. And somebody said, well, why are you using Darko? Darko's the exception. Well, there have been a few Darkos, that's first of all. And the second part of that is, you know what? You don't need a good player at #1. You need a stud.
You need a Hall of Famer at #1.
You need a franchise player. And if you don't believe me, folks, you're lying to you. In your earnestness to be right and get mad at the pessimistic guy, you're lying to you, not to me.
You've
I
won
don't give a
nothing.
shit.
You've won nothing at the moment.
Sorry, I
And
don't know
that's
what
the reality.
And what I would say at that point in time is, how did all those good players pan out for the Pistons in the last 13 years? How'd that pan out? You need a stud. Let's hope and pray that Cade Cunningham is that stud. You need a stud. Good players haven't helped this franchise. They've been a hamster on a wheel for 13 gosh damn years. And nobody knows that better than Troy Weaver, okay? That's why he ripped it up. And like I said, if this means that, you know, guys like Adam and I are, just use me. Don't get mad at Adam. If we're
No, please get
bad
mad at
guys
me.
for pointing out these truths to you, okay. Say goodnight to the bad guy.
Accepting Pistons being an 8 seed and getting swept in the first round with a broken down Blake Griffin, a DJ at center, and Reggie Jackson at point guard, and accepting that as a good thing, like, you're clueless and you're stupid. It should have been blown up 6 years ago.
Amen.
So thank you, Troy Weaver.
Amen.
And then celebrating 9 and 7. Yes, 2 playoff appearances in 4 years, but come on, we're in a results-based game. Yes, as a fan, you want to cheer on and you want to see the team improve and you want to see them in the playoffs. Obviously, if you can't win the division, fine, at least make the playoffs. But like, stop being stupid, people. Listen to me and Sean. We're trying to
Adam, I
educate
want to
you.
get to the point where, you know what? I'm disappointed when the Lions go 9 and 7 in the first round.
Expectations.
I want to get to that point where 9 and 7 and losing in the first round.
Look at
damn it.
Cleveland. Cleveland are coming off an 11 and 5 football season. Coach of the year in Stefanski. Everything was great. You can't come back this season and go 7-9 or 6-10, or you're just going to be referred to as the Browns again. This is like super important for Cleveland to get rid of their past, build on it, and say, you know what, 11-5 to either 10-6 or 12-4 or 13-3. You got to be somewhat better than last year. You won a playoff game last year, great.
But that's what makes the team great, though. What makes the team great?
Oh, what do you mean?
Consistency.
Consistency at the top and the roster, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's going to take consistency.
I want the Adam show.
Adam, you've got a question from Mike G. Mike G says, Adam, if you trust Stevie Y, do you also trust Balash? Oh, jeez, oh, Pete, I cannot talk today.
Blashill?
Sorry, Jesus.
I don't mind him as a development coach. He's not the guy that's going to win a Stanley Cup with Detroit. At least I don't think so. It's the same way I don't know. Jason Kidd is a good development coach. There's a lot of examples. I don't know if he's the guy to deliver a cup to Detroit, but Steve Yzerman has no reason to bring in an experienced head coach right now. Right now, you need a guy that's going to grow your talent, give them ice time, and just try to give them the basic fundamentals they need. That way, when the really good coach does come in, they have a solid foundation to work on.
I'm going to piggyback on what he said because, Adam, I agree with you. One of the hot names was Gerard Gallant, right? And he was just hired by the Rangers. Let me ask you a question. I'm being serious. I don't know the answer to this. Even though Gerard played here for a long time and he and Steve have had, why would he want to come to a team where everybody and their brother knows that they're not ready to win next year and the year after? Why would, like, seriously? So that's the flip side of it. And I agree with everything that Adam said, but I'm going to add to that. You're a head coach. You're a hot commodity. You are sought after. Why would you want to come to a place right now where if you haven't got it through your head yet, you're not paying attention? You are not paying attention if you don't understand that Steve Yzerman is making this a 5-year plan. And unfortunately for the Detroit Red Wings, you don't have a Hedman and a Stamkos to get a head start with this 5-year plan that led to some of the great successes that Tampa have had. But you're the head coach. Think of it from his perspective. And you can go to New York, where they've got some pieces where, I think we can compete. We can certainly be better than we were last year. Or I can go to Detroit, where we probably have 2 more years of getting our poo pushed in more often than not. Which one? So there's 2 sides to that. And Adam, I think you answered that very well. I'm biased. I like Jeff. I like Jeff as a human being. And I think a lot of the things that people blame Jeff for, he's a victim of circumstance, and he's a victim of this town and its incessant insistence to overrate its own. This goes on here madly. And I don't know if it happens in other towns because I haven't lived in other towns. But here, and especially with Red Wing fans, now come on, guys, if you're being honest with yourself, you have taken some of these guys and put them flat out on pedestals that they don't belong. And so therefore, you're a victim of your own. You're a victim of your own expectations.
But what pedestal did they put him on? I mean, he was.
I'm going to use Dylan Larkin as an example. Dylan Larkin is a good player.
Right.
He's a good player. Some people want to call him a star. Some people want to compare him to the hierarchy of the National Hockey League. And I know he's dreamy, Kennedy, but he's a good player. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, sometimes people like, man, why are you dogging on Dylan Larkin? Huh? He's a good player. What are you talking about? I would take Dylan Larkin on the team. I would not want to get rid of Dylan Larkin. However, he is not Connor McDavid. He is not John Tavares. He is not Austin Matthews. He is not fill in the blank, a lot of different players. He's a good player. So when the talent level increases with this, you know what's going to happen to a guy like Dylan Larkin? Yeah. I bet you his productivity increases. I'll bet you anything. It's the way it is, right? And how many guys, have we, oh my gosh, what a coup getting Danny DeKeyser. Danny DeKeyser's a part. And people in this town, he could win the Norris Trophy.
At best, he's a second-line defenseman.
What
are we
come
doing?
on. And that's we're all guilty of it, and I get it. In our earnestness to, no, really, times are going to change. We kind of put things on pedestals that they don't belong. What was my argument? I know you and I have had this. Matthew Stafford.
What about it?
I don't care what anybody. Matthew Stafford's a good quarterback. That's it. He doesn't suck. He's not great. He's a good quarterback. Like, the argument was so dumb in this town. People still do it. And you know what? It was time to go. And Brad Holmes made a great deal, right? But I think people, it's fandom. I get it. But I can't do my job and come up here and sing the Legoland song for everybody. I can't. And I won't. I think it's disingenuous.
Can you do the Lego song just one time? I'm sure fans would like to see it. You and Joique do the Lego song? Come on. It's Friday.
Everybody happy.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
And Adam!
Adam, give us something.
Give us something, Adam.
Give us something, Adam.
What are you happy about
Come on,
today?
teammate.
What I'm happy about?
The Habs, the parlay. You just got married, Adam.
I'm very happy that the Habs won me $2,300 last week.
And won you how much?
I'm happy. The Habs won $2,300 for me.
I'm happy.
Yep.
I'm tell me the Adam Show would be the greatest show on this network.
No, well,
I'm pushing for it, man.
It'll be him with his legs across the whole town looking like Mr. Rogers.
Listen, the whole town's not going to like that. Their feelings are going to get hurt with half the shit I say.
There's the trailer for it right there.
Welcome to my world, dude. That's just people just.
I can appreciate a coach, let's say Jim Caldwell, for what he did here. But I can also criticize him and say he underdelivered in 4 years. I'm not going to accept 9 and 7. And am I going to be appreciative that he gave me 4 years of like some of the best football in the last 20? Sure. But we're comparing his work to shit. So it's just going to elevate him, and I'm not going to do that.
I don't like to compare the lines.
I'm going to look at real teams that play real football.
Hey, you got to understand. You got to understand that he gave you 9 and 7 with subpar rosters.
He gave me 11 and 5 with a really good roster. His first year, he came out. He took that team. I believe they were 6 and 10 the first year.
No, we were 7. We were 7 and 9 the prior year
with Jim.
No, with Jim Schwartz.
And then he showed up.
He showed up in his first year. Took the same team and took us 11 and 5.
And then the roster started to.
No, it ain't start. In 1 year, we lost every.
No, I know. After the 11 and 5 year,
it went all the way down. And so I imagine him having that same team 2 years back to back.
No, I'm sure they would have been probably a 10 and 6 or the same 11 and 5 record.
No, we wouldn't. And you come in your first year, you think we're going to decline with the same roster?
First 11 and 5 year,
bro. Listen,
should have been a division title year. Like that was blown.
You understand? That's a brand new offense we learned that year.
I understand.
All right, no, you don't understand.
But I'm holding the team accountable to what they did. Like
for that first year, yes.
On the what if? I'm
but you got to think.
11 and 5,
look, we took the same team.
A two-game division lead.
Listen, what I'm about to tell you. Listen, what I'm telling you. Listen, what I'm telling you. We had that same roster the prior year and went 7 and 9.
Yes.
He came in his first year. We won 11 and 5.
Yeah.
So you think we're going to stay the same?
No, he was a good coach. I'm not.
No, what I'm saying is that jump we made with the similar roster. You don't think with that same roster we make that same jump?
That first year should have been the 12 and 4, or 13 and 3 with that roster. If it would have happened the following year, it would have been the same. I could make the argument you should have been 12 and 4 realistically, or 13 and 3 probably if the season went perfectly for the team. But it didn't, and the first year, again, like I hated it because the team had a 2-game lead. I believe with 5 games left in the division, and it just didn't end well. And went into the playoffs. I know what happened, but like we got to move on. Like reality is reality, and I can appreciate Jim Caldwell for giving the team 3 winning seasons, but I can also criticize him for delivering realistically nothing because I wasn't even born the last time we got a playoff win. So.
And unfortunately, that happened in 2016 as well. They were 9 and 4, and then they got their ass kicked the rest of the season. Finished 9 and 7, and got their ass kicked in the playoffs.
Aaron Rodgers didn't play for half a season, more than half a season, and we still didn't win the division. Oof. Like I don't know, I don't know how I'm supposed to sit there and say Jim Caldwell, thank you so much. Like, and it's not just him. Obviously, there's a lot of factors in football, but
and he was better than Matt Patricia. Let's point that out before anybody yells at you.
Thing. That's not a conversation.
But it wasn't good enough.
Not a conversation.
Yeah, no.
I love Adam. Can we do Fridays with Adam?